Hey guys, welcome back to Kelly's Creations. I'm so happy you're here. Today is about taking Dollar Tree signs and just upgrading them to make them look more high-end and store-bought. So cute. Oh my gosh, and it doesn't take that much. I'm going to start with easiest and go to more detailed. So the first sign is a Halloween sign that I got from Dollar Tree, and this sign is so stinking cute. Oh my goodness. It doesn't take much just to vamp it up a little. So I'm starting by taking a furniture polish toucher-upper pen from Dollar Tree in black. I'm going around the edges and I'm just touching up any imperfections on the sign. That right there upgrades that sign because you're not seeing the brown on the edges. Then I'm taking this Dollar Tree mesh ribbon in silver and I think it was gold, and some tulle that is probably sold at Hobby Lobby. I actually found it at Goodwill in orange. And I'm just going to make a really fluffy bow for the sign. I think that adding a bow to this really just brings it up a notch and makes it super cute. So I'm taking the edges and I'm just trimming them because it makes it a lot more fluffy. And I'm cutting the ribbon from Dollar Tree, which is so cute with the spider webs on it, gathering it all together in the center, and then I'm going to tie it off with, and I always go blank when I want to tell you guys what this is. And I actually, when I was editing this video, I'm like, remember what these are. Pipe cleaners. Oh my goodness. Why do I always go blank with that? Do you ever notice there's one thing that you just can't remember what it's called? This is that thing for me. So I tie it off with pipe cleaners. I go around the edges. I fluff it up a little bit more just by trimming it, cutting into that mesh ribbon. And then the existing pipe cleaner, I pull through the back side, kind of twirl it around in a circle in front, and that will be my hanger. I love pipe cleaners because it's so easily maneuvered, and you can just twirl it around, add some hot glue, pull it from the back so that it comes right into that hot glue. You're not going to see it because the bow is going to hide it, but at least you have a hanger if you prefer to hang this on the wall. And it blends in with the top of the sign, which is an added bonus. So then I take my awesome bow and fluff it up a little bit more. Every time you cut the edges of it, it makes it fuller and fluffier. So I just wanted a little bit more poofy. Added some hot glue to the center and attached it to where it says join R. That part of the sign will be covered, but I wanted the witch to be center in the bow. Fluffed it up a little bit more, and I also cut a little bit out to match the other side. As you can see, it kind of was like separated a little in the center. So I went my stash and I didn't know which witch hat. That one was too big. I opted for the smaller one. And this is from Dollar Tree. They come like a gazillion million on a piece of plastic. And I've just had them in my stash over the years. I put black furniture toucher-upper paint on that as well and put that in the center of my bow. This is a hat sign, so I thought it would be cute to have a witch's hat in the center of the bow. And that's it. Easy peasy. Oh my goodness. But it's been elevated to look a lot more high-end, not like a normal flimsy Dollar Tree sign. Dollar Tree really did great with this sign because it is just a super cute sign all on its own. It just needed a little, tweaks to it to make it even more adorable. So for project number 2, I'm going to use this home sign from Dollar Tree. And this one is a little bit more intricate as far as adding things to it, a little bit more than the first one. So we're going to go in order of easiest to more intricately detailed, I guess you would call it. So I took the wreath off of the sign and I heated up the glue to scrape off the existing glue. Then I took that black furniture paint pen and kind of went over the glue. We're going to add stuff to it, and there it is. So you're not going to see it anyway. So I took some more of that spiderweb mesh from Dollar Tree, trimmed it down, cut it a little bit more kind of in a circle to add to that area. It's going to be like kind of the backdrop. I just used glue, school glue, to attach it, and I always say this about Dollar Tree signs, but they're full of glitter. Man, that last one had glitter. This one, not as much, but there's glitter on that mesh. Next project, holy moly, there's tons of glitter. But then I took the bigger witch hat and decided that it needed a little bit more color before I added it. So I took the purple mesh, cut that down, just a little piece of it to kind of make it pop when I put the witch's hat down. So I got the silver, I got the purple now. Now I'm going to add my witch's hat. And I wanted it to stay within the theme of the sign, so you can see how there's black in the H, the M, and the E. So I came in with that same marker. You know what I love about these markers than a Sharpie is it's so smooth. Sharpies, you have to go over and over and over. These, one time. You go over it one time and you're done. It's not having to keep filling it in. I also, for Halloween, like the bleeding effect that it gives on the wood when you go over it. So, yeah, I'm kind of obsessed with these little markers right now. But I thought by adding black to the center of the hat and leaving the outside the same natural color, it coincided with the other letters that are on the sign. And yes, the witch's hat is going to replace the O. So I hot glued that onto the mesh, and then I just started using embellishments from those, just like that hat in the first project. These come like on a sheet. At Dollar Tree, you get a whole bunch of them. And I used some ghosts and a jack-o'-lantern and some black bats and just hot glued them randomly down to the sign to make it more Halloweenish. Is that a word? But I just thought these were so cute. It went with the black and the neutral theme that's going on. I thought the little jack-o'-lantern in the middle of the witch hat really made that stand out. And then I just added black bats in the corners of some of the letters. And like I said, you're just taking a Dollar Tree sign, just adding some tweaks to it, adding some embellishments, and just bringing that sign up a notch. And this is so cute, so easy. For a couple dollars, you cannot beat that for some Halloween decor. Oh my gosh, so stinking cute. So project number 3, we're going to use 3 pumpkin signs. A couple of them I got from Dollar Tree, and I think one of them came from Dollar General, which also sells Dollar Tree. They have a whole crafting section in Dollar General that's from Dollar Tree. And look at all the glitter. So I started by removing any embellishments that were on these signs. And like I said, I started from easiest to more detailed. So this one's a little bit more detailed, a few more steps than the last 2 signs. But I grabbed some of these, they're dictionary pages actually. I bought this whole pack of different pages off of Amazon. I'll have that link below if you're interested in it. I guess it would be scrapbook paper I use on this also is from Amazon. That link will be below as well if you want to duplicate this. So I started with the smaller pumpkin and I'm adding some of this dictionary pages to it. I think these pages already look old and vintage, and I thought it really would go good with the theme of the sign. And I'm just using a glue stick. I'm going to do the same thing on all 3 pumpkins. So I'm going to show you more detailed right here. And then I'm kind of going to skip through these steps on the next 2 pumpkins because I do the exact same thing and I don't want you to fall asleep during the middle of my video. So I kind of just use my hand for that 3rd piece and go around it, trim it down, add some school glue to the back of it, and I put that in the center. Now, I don't know if you can see it on the video, but the page that I'm working on right now is actually H's. And it actually said harvest on it, something else, but I thought that was like a really cool detail to have on this little pumpkin. So once I have all of my pages glued down, I take my scissors and I trim it up. I try to get as close to the pumpkin as I can, because that makes the next step really easy. So I'm just using regular scissors and I'm just cutting it as close to the pumpkin as I can. And then I come in with my diamond nail file from Dollar Tree and I rough up those edges. And by roughing them up, any loose papers, any overlapping papers come right off. So just keep going around and sanding those edges. Sandpaper works, a sanding disc works. I just like the nail file because I can get into the smaller cracks and crevices a lot easier with it. And as you can see, the paper kind of just peels right off. Make sure your glue's dry. I kind of rush things a little bit, so let this dry and then do that. Then I came in with my distressing ink and I went all around the edges of this. And then I kind of went around the edges and pushed it more on the pumpkin, so it just looked a little old and distressed. I do come in with my furniture marker and I do come around the edges to fill in the gaps of anything that the distressing ink missed. I love that little effect. I think that it's kind of like burning the paper almost, without setting your house on fire. So it's a lot easier using that distressing ink. Now I'm taking that furniture marker and going around the edges and highlighting all of those edges so there isn't any of that cardboard edge look left on this pumpkin. Now this little pumpkin is the one that you really have to focus on the whole pumpkin. The next 2 pumpkins, not so much, because they are going to be overlapping. I got this amazing book off of Amazon. Oh my goodness. It's all natural, kind of wood. There's also different like designs. As you can see, there's keys and the little plates and stuff, but most of it is like wood with lace. So stinking cute. So I'm going to repeat the first step on the next 2 pumpkins. I'm going to put the paper on using a glue stick. I'm going to trim them. I'm going to come in with my diamond nail file and get all the excess paper off. And then I'm going to do the edges. So we're going to kind of fast forward through the next 2 pumpkins. Okay, so I got all 3 pumpkins the way I want them. Now it's time to just hot glue them together, and we're going to layer them one on top of the other. That is why, as we were fast forwarding, you saw I only kind of did the distressing and worried about the bottom part of these pumpkins. I probably could have just used the scrap paper on the bottom part. but I ended up opting to just put it on the whole pumpkin instead of worrying about where it would end and start. So I hot glued the middle pumpkin onto the bottom pumpkin, and now figuring out where I want the little pumpkin to be, flip it over and use that pen to outline it. That way I know exactly where I want to put my hot glue. I fill in that area with hot glue and then flip the other two pumpkins over and put it right back into where I highlighted it. That way I know exactly where it goes, and that step made my life a lot easier than trying to guess. So now all three pumpkins are hot glued together. If you like this, put a bow on it, bam, you're done. Because then I actually really like this. This would be a great little item to have behind different decorations. But my mind was going on, I guess, like as many things as I could put on this pumpkin as possible. So I grabbed my Happy Halloween sign, okay, which I've been dying to use. So I thought, okay, well, I'm going to highlight the edges of this. That was super cute. If you want to stop here, stop. Add the Happy Halloween to these pumpkins. Leave it natural. Maybe highlight the edges like I am. Super cute. So I'm actually showing you a few different ways you could do the sign. But I messed up and I accidentally hit the H when I was highlighting the edges. So I'm like, okay, well, I have to fill in the H now. Well, once I filled in the H, I'm like, well, let's have some fun with this. And I just started doing squigglies and lines and dots and circles and just went crazy. I was just having fun. Like I said, I showed you where you could stop with this sign if you don't want it as busy as what it's becoming, because it is becoming a little busy. But if you like just fun and thinking outside the box and quirky, then do what I'm doing here. Because it actually was kind of fun to fill in all of the letters. I left the bats and I left the pumpkin plain, but I came in and I just had fun filling in different designs on the letters. And then I'm going to hot glue that to the pumpkins. So you could have left the pumpkins alone. You could just highlight the edges of this Happy Halloween and hot glue that to the pumpkins and add a bow. Super cute. Or if you like something that's quirky and not normal, out of the ordinary, I shouldn't say not normal, out of the ordinary, okay, then keep going. So once I had it all quirky looking, then I added some hot glue to it and I attached it to the pumpkins. What's great about this is, yes, Happy Halloween is a little busy, but I'm putting it on a pretty neutral backdrop so that it would stand out a little bit more. And I don't know, all three ways are cute. All three ways is your personal style. So it's kind of fun to have one sign that I could show you that it could be done a lot different and the way your style is. Again, I used that mesh ribbon and just cut the gold one into, I can't speak. Cut it in half. Put those two together with a pipe cleaner, and I grabbed one of those jack-o'-lanterns. Since this is a pumpkin sign, I thought the jack-o'-lantern went well on that bow. And yes, it is a little busy, but sometimes it's fun to have something this fun as your decor. And this costs $1, $2, $3, $4, probably less than $5 to make. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You know I have so much fun creating videos for y'all. You guys are such a blessing to me. I love y'all so much. I hope you guys are having a blessed and wonderful week. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. And here's a couple more videos for you to watch. I love y'all. See you next week. Bye, y'all.